I'm Carla Jerome and welcome to the Grace Company. Today we're going to talk about installing our fabric onto our Q-Zone hoop frame. Now if your frame's not set up, you can go to the Grace Company website at graceframe.com and find the video on how to help you set it up. We recommend using our cloth leaders, which you can purchase on our website at graceframe.com. Now when you purchase the leaders, what you'll receive are two small little leaders, and what these leaders are for the side pieces, okay? Then you will get your top leader, which has cording in it, and it's for the top of your quilt. And you'll get this large wide one, and it's for the backing, and it's for the bottom of your quilt. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to mark the center of each of these. Unfold it twice, and you'll see that right here will be your center. Just make a little line and mark it with the C or however you want to mark it. And you'll do that on both pieces of your fabric. Now that you've marked your leaders, we're ready to pin our quilt to them. Now you may have arthritis or a bad back and you can't bend down to use the floor. Use your bed or the couch or a tabletop. You don't have to lay it out on the floor like I'm doing today. Now I have room on the floor and I like to use the floor to lay it out. So I'm going to lay out my top leader so that's nice and centered. For your backing, you fold it over and make a crease. And I'm going to take my pin and I'm just going to mark it. That's my center. So now you're going to lay your backing out, wrong side up. So I found my center and you're going to pin from the center out so that you can keep any wrinkles off your quilt. So just pin one side from the center out and then you'll just go to the other side and pin it. I've laid out my backing and it's nice and smooth and everything. I'm ready to put my batting on. Because my batting, I'm going to sandwich between the backing and the top. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to find my center and I'm going to mark it with a pin. You always make your backing and your batting wider and longer, because those two are the things that the pieces that will absorb all your quilting. So just make sure that it's wider. If you have a large king size quilt, I found the easiest way for you to place the batting, because it can stick and you can get wrinkles or whatnot as you're laying it out onto your backing, is to roll it up. I'm going to kind of roll it up a couple of times. So now I've got it all laid out and it looks really quite smooth. So I'm going to start unfolding it. So I'm going to start right here. Start unfolding it and lay it out. Okay, and now I can just take this piece and pull it down. Looks really smooth. So now I'm ready to put my top on. I found my center and I'm refolding it so that I can lay it out. And I'm unfolding it so that the wrong side's showing, so that I unfold it and the top will be showing. You see that I've laid my top down and I've put it down a little bit lower. I just want to make sure it's nice and straight. Okay, so now I'm going to start unrolling it. And I have it close to the center. The pins are on. So I'm going to unroll it, just like I did the batting. And I'm going to unroll it again. And now you can see little wrinkles, so you'll just pull. Now a lot of these wrinkles, as you're quilting, will come out as well. Okay, so now you have your quilt all laid out and it's sandwiched together. So what I want you to do is pin just straight pin across so that you can baste it down. All 3 layers, just like that. Just like you were pinning your binding or whatnot down. So we're ready to take the quilt over to our frame. And now that you've pinned it, we're going to fold it over. And we're gonna fold it over one more time to take it over to our frame. Now that you've folded it, you're ready to pick it up, and let's take it over to the frame and get to the fun part, the quilting. So I have my quilt here, and I'm ready to put it on the frames. But I'm gonna, because I'm a quilter and I will quilt just like I write, from left to right, I'm gonna hang the excess off that edge of the quilt, and I'm just gonna kind of bring it in and adjust it. Okay, and you see that my cording and everything isn't going to go through the machine. So I'm just going to pull it down like this until I take my sewing machine down this direction. So I want to know where I want to put it for my starting point. And my sewing machine is going to tell me if I put it all the way over here. My sewing machine, I can only quilt to right here. So I want to leave a little extra. So I'm going to start placing it right there. So now I'm going to start putting my clamps on. Now you're going to place your clamp just like that in your 3 sections that you have it. Now, you're asking what the cording's all about? The cording is to start helping you roll it. So it gives you the extra little bit that you need when you're clamping this on to hold your fabric. Adjust your straps nice and tight. Make sure you put this in the clips, because you don't want to sew over them. All right. Okay, so remember the little short leaders? Those were for the side. You have 2 of them, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that leader, you're gonna pin it to the edge of your quilt for your side tension. You don't need to pin it in a couple, 2 to 3 places, not that many. And then what it does is it will clamp over this piece of this pole right here, and she'll clamp the side. And if you rotate it, just kind of gives you a little bit more tension. So the next thing we're gonna do is take our other piece, and we're not gonna use this because you can see that my fabric hangs over the side because it's larger. And I'm just going to clamp this down on the other side and just rotate it to get my tension. And now we have both the side tensions done. So I'm gonna save this for later. Okay, because we've rolled our quilt up so nice, it's easier to manage. What we're gonna do now is unroll it just a little bit. So now I'm going to put my front clamps on, and you just place them and you push them straight down. Put the other one on, place it, and I push it straight down. Now I also want to ratchet it, so I want to turn it and turn it. Once you've quilted this section, you're ready to move your quilt and quilt the next section. And because we're quilting like we write, from left to right, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take my clamps off, all of my clamps off, and set them off to the side here. And I'm going to unpin my leader You know, you might think it's a little tedious to take it and move it after you're done quilting, but that's what makes this frame so great, is it doesn't take up all the room, but it allows you to quilt a king-size quilt. Now, we're just going to pull it, because we've quilted our section, and we're just ready to pull it to where we stopped. Okay, so I've pulled it to where I've stopped quilting, and now I'm just ready to put my clamps back on and finish up that section. Same thing, just place it here. You're just gonna roll it up, lock it into place. And when you think about it, it doesn't take that long to shift your fabric. Okay, you're ready to quilt the next section. Once you've completed that, you're going to do the same process all the way down to the bottom of your quilt. And now I'm going to show you how it ends up. All right, so we're to the bottom of our quilt. You can see that we've quilted, well, pretend quilted, and rolled it all up. Now we're ready to put our clamps back on, our back clamps. Just place them on. The cording that is on the leaders just makes it easier for you to start rolling your fabric, and that's why we've included them. All right? So you'll start clamping it into place. You might have to adjust it just a little bit looser because it's a lot thicker now. And you're just gonna do the same thing, the whole same process over and over, which by now you're real slick at it and you can do it in record time. Okay, put my clamp on, turn it. All right, so now we're ready to finish up our quilt. We're gonna quilt, quilt, quilt. You can take it off your frame, put the binding on, and give it to someone you love. Please stay tuned for some more videos with Quilting with Grace, and look for them on our website at graceframe.com. Hey, thank you for watching, and have a good day.